Welcome to Couch Talk. Today we meet a woman who's been part of Quebec's pop culture for over a decade, and she shows no signs of stopping.
Hi, my name is Genevieve Borne. I'm a TV host. I'm passionate about fashion, travels, and of course, music.
Genevieve, I'm so happy to have you here today.
Very happy to be here with you.
Thank you. You have such a fascinating career, and I can ask 1,000 questions, but I figured we can take it to the beginning. What did you want to become when you grew up as a child?
Well, you see, I grew up with an older brother who was a musician. So my brother was in a band. He was playing keyboards, and he was playing guitar, electric guitar.
Oh,
yes.
Cool.
And he was rehearsing with his band in our garage. So I grew up with a band in my garage.
Okay.
And every night after school, I would arrive and I would sit in the garage alley with my friends and all the neighbors, and we were waiting for the garage door to open, you know? And then when it would finally open, there was like 4 guys coming out a bit of the garage and starting to play. And it was like that every night.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I was like 10, 11, 12, 13. It was like that all the time. Mm-hmm. So it was clear in my head that I was going to evolve in the music world.
Okay.
But I did not know exactly what job I could do because I did not feel like a musician myself.
Okay.
But I always felt that I was in love with music. Mm-hmm. But what do you do with that?
Right.
And I was always talking about music. You know, I was a teenager and I was talking to my friends and saying, you know, the guitar player from this band,
right.
he just left and now he started a new band with this guy that used to be in this other band. And my friends were like, yeah, okay. You know, and I always was sort of a music artist, you know, always so passionate about stats and anecdotes
right.
and
stories. You were following careers.
I was following all the bands' histories and everything. So the revelation for me was in the 80s when I saw Musique Plus
right.
and Much Music. It was a revelation. I thought, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm
right.
going to talk about music on TV. But then how do you get there? How do you do that? I had no connections whatsoever in the music
industry.
world, in the TV industry at all. But then eventually I met some people who worked at Musique Plus, and they told me, hey, they're looking for a new reporter.
Right.
You should apply. And I went, I passed an audition, and they asked me all kinds of questions about music.
Was
I had
it hard?
all the answers.
Really?
I had all the answers. I was shy, though.
Okay.
I was quite shy. I was young, but I knew all the answers. And they thought, okay, she has potential. Let's hire her.
Right.
So I started at Musique Plus. I was 23.
Okay.
And I stayed there for 8 years. Mm-hmm. 8 wonderful years. I got to meet all my music idols, and
right.
I got to travel and talk about music all day,
right.
which was such a treat.
Were you sad when it ended?
Well, I decided to leave at some point because I wanted to work in a bigger network, so I went to TVA.
Okay.
And then I went to do a show that I really loved for 5 years. It was called Dans ma caméra.
Right.
It was a show that I was filming myself. So I would spend a day with an artist and follow the artist during the whole day,
right.
you know. And it was great because actually it was not only artists, it could be politicians. I went to Paris with the Prime Minister of Quebec back then. I went to sports trainings with sports personalities. It was like
everyone.
All kinds of personalities.
Was this a conscious decision to not just cover the musical industry, but go a little bit further than that?
It's because music is my main passion. It's my biggest passion. But I also have a big passion for fashion and for travels.
Okay.
And I started doing travel shows for Évasion, and I did many. I did 8 different series.
Right.
And so every time it was 13 episodes, 13 hours on one country. China, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, Polynesia, you know, went to Argentina as well, Tunisia. And a lot of information go through that show.
Right.
Because these shows are about food, music, dance,
Culture.
religion, architecture,
Right.
everything. So I love traveling. I spend 5 months every year outside of the country.
Every year? Wow.
Every year, either for work or for fun. It's always fun anyway.
Right.
Yeah. But I love to discover the world. I love going to Asia. I go to Asia every spring, every year.
Every year.
Have you been?
No, I've never been to
It's
Asia.
wonderful.
I would love to.
It's wonderful. My favorite country in Asia is Cambodia.
Okay.
It's
I was
very
going to ask you
beautiful.
your favorite country so far that you've seen.
I have a great attachment to Cambodia.
Okay.
They have the most amazing temples, and the people are so lovely, so adorable.
Really?
It's very, very beautiful.
Nice.
I also love, and it's completely different, I love Iceland.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you go to Iceland, you feel like you're on another planet. I felt I went to the moon and back.
I've seen wedding pictures of a couple
Yeah?
who eloped there, and the pictures, I mean, they make you want to cry. It was just so beautiful.
You know what's fascinating about Iceland is that if you take color pictures, they look like they are black and white pictures because there is almost no vegetation. There's no trees, no leaves, no grass because it's a volcanic island. So the rock and the sand and everything is black
Right.
and gray. And there are a lot of glaciers, and so it's white, gray, and black. It's fascinating, and nature is crazy. You know, there's volcanoes, geysers,
Right.
and canyons and glaciers. It's fascinating.
That must, I mean, for visually, that's amazing, especially
Yeah.
in black and white pictures. I would think that that would look even more dramatic.
Incredible. It's incredible. And it's such an isolated place, and people there are very creative
Okay.
because they are removed from the rest of the world. Of course, there's internet today, so you can be aware of many things, but they are isolated. So they're very creative people. They create their clothes and their design, their furniture, their music. There's a huge music scene there.
Okay.
And it's very interesting.
Speaking of music scene, when you go to these different countries, is this something you seek out to see what is the music scene in that particular region?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
I love that. Like I discovered like Khmer hip hop in Cambodia, and then you can discover some folk rock in India. It's
interesting.
great, yeah, because it's wonderful to discover the traditional music, but also to discover the new musical trends in every country. So it's fun to go in a little bar and discover a new young band
Right.
that incorporates different elements of culture. I love that.
Did you know that you would end up doing all the things that you're passionate about? I mean, how does that even happen?
Well, I think it's a matter of exploring your passions, because I am a very passionate person, and I try to explore my passions to the max. I grew up with a mother who was a fashion model.
Okay.
My mother was a model for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So my mom would come back from work and she'd be wearing like fake eyelashes and like hair extensions and mini
Fabulous.
skirts, and completely fabulous, and boots up to the knees, and always wearing a lot of makeup, wearing hats, So for me, it became natural to just explore fashion, but also to be creative with the way I dress.
Right.
and wear makeup and like
I can see just by what you're wearing today.
I just love to play with my clothes, my outfit, my look, and I've never seen my mother go outside without makeup. Never. That doesn't happen.
That's so me.
Yeah. So for me, it's just a natural extension, and it's a way of expressing yourself. I think we express ourselves a lot through our clothes and the way we present ourselves, you know.
And yes, you're comfortable playing with your look, not just your clothes, because I saw some older pictures and you've just completely changed your appearance. And I'm wondering, is it symbolic of just you wanting change, or is it symbolic of stages in your life?
It's both.
Okay.
I think it's a matter of wanting to be creative with the way I look, but also I noticed that after different events in my life or different episodes, I feel like changing because I feel that I've changed myself, and I sort of need to mark it with a different look as well, you know. Or sometimes get a new tattoo, you know. I have a few. So, yeah, so I think it's a way to really mark a difference in my life.
Do you think that there's something important to do for women? Sometimes we feel maybe stuck, or we feel like we need a change. Is it important to reinvent yourself and redefine what we want and who we are?
I think that not every woman feels that need, but every woman knows the feeling of getting a new haircut that suits you better, or a new hair color that really enlightens your face, you know? And sometimes also getting some new clothes, trying new colors can really make you feel good, make you feel better. You know, it's only clothes and it's only makeup and it's only hair, but it really can energize the way you feel about yourself.
What is a key thing that you think every woman should have in her purse, a beauty product?
Well, I would not live without mascara.
Mascara?
I love mascara.
Right, it opens your eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can wear it without having the whole makeup. You can just wear a bit of mascara and it already makes a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
So your passions are beauty, fashion, music, travels. What would you do if you couldn't do the shows and be in the media doing these things that you love? What other career you think you would have?
That's very interesting because I always dreamt of this, you know? I guess that since you have to work to make a living, if I didn't have the chance to be in this beautiful universe, I would take a job, any job, but I would still explore my passions.
Okay.
I'd travel all the time. I'd listen to music all day long.
Right.
I'd dress up, and I would, you know, still do the same.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I would do exactly the same.
Right. So I guess that's a big part of why something is a passion, is if no matter what, you would still do it. Even if no one was paying you for it.
Exactly.
Even if no one was watching, you would still do it. That's when you know it's a passion.
Exactly. I would still spend hours every day finding new music on the internet. I would still think about the way I'm going to dress to go out, and I would still travel a lot.
Right. Well, I feel like because you've always imagined this and imagined this life, that's why it's happening also. You know, the power of visualization and really believing in it.
Yes, absolutely. I think also, if there's one advice I could give to anyone who wants to reach their goals, their dreams, is, and this is what I did, every day you do something, just one thing that brings you towards your goal.
Okay.
Okay? So I was 18, I was 19, and I was doing one thing every day to get closer to my dream.
Okay.
So it could be calling someone, asking for advice, do an internship, take a class that will teach you more about what you want to do. But do something every day. And even if it's a small thing, in the end, after 1 year, you'll realize that you've come a long way and that you're really getting closer to your dream. So this is what you have to keep in mind. Always do a small thing every day to bring you closer to what you want to achieve.
That's great advice, because it's a practical advice. It's something that you can do, and it doesn't have to be big.
It doesn't have to be big because it all adds up, you know? So, but you have to keep it in mind and stay focused and do one thing every day. It's only going to bring you to the place where you want to be. Yes.
Oh, I love that. I think that's great advice. I'm making a mental note. Okay, I need to do one thing on it every day.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Great practical
Sometimes
advice.
it can be someone who wants to change career, go on a different path, you know?
Yes.
You can be an adult and apply this, you know? You can be 40 years old and decide, okay, I want to do something else, and start doing something every day to bring you there, and then everything will shift in that direction.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much for this advice. It's great.
My
and
pleasure.
I will continue to follow your career, because you're not about to stop anytime soon.
I love it.
You have so many things going on. So thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to come today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you to you guys for joining us on another episode of Couch Talk. And yes, remember this, do something every day towards your goal. And see you next time on Couch Talk.
Wish to see you, wish to see you, may all the colors. Wish to see you, wish to see you, may all the colors.